Good day everyone. Today we will be making a power supply. It has already been made, but I will showcase to you how to make it. This is our power supply with our voltmeter, and we are gonna test it with our multimeter, a digital multimeter, and here we have it plugged, as you can see over here. So let's turn on the plug, and then let's turn on our switch. Here's the indicator that it's on, and we shall turn this on too. Now, notice that our voltmeter does not display anything. That's because we are at 1.3 volts as an output of our power supply, and the voltmeter should have at least a minimum of 3 volts till 18 volts. So we raise it higher and it says 4.6. See, after 4 volts we can already see the display. Now higher all the way we have 6.8, 7.1. There's a small difference, but in other cases there's also none, like here. Go to the maximum voltage, which is at 14.1 in the voltmeter, but in our multimeter it says 14.8. So the reading is a bit off, but it is still within approximation. And I will now display how to create this power supply. I will now be showing you the necessary things we need for the power supply. First, as you can see, we have alligator clips attached to some wires and a voltmeter. And here we have the plug and the wires for us to plug it in. Now here in the box, as you can see, there's an LED light, there's a knob, and inside the knob, down here, that's a potentiometer. Here we have the switch for the knob, and I will be showing you the contents inside. Now the power supply uses a transistor and 2 diodes. As you can see here, this is our transistor, which is in this case 12 volts and 500 milliamperes, and we have 2 diodes which are forward biased, and there's one here. This is a capacitor with the contents here, and down here we have a heat sink and a heat regulator. Now, how does our circuit work? Now I will be showing a circuit diagram in a while, and I will explain the connections needed. The first step is to connect our plug to the positive side of the switch, and the positive power power of the transformer connected to the switch as well. This allows us to turn the machine on and off. The next step is to connect our other line for the power supply directly to the black input of the transformer. Now, with that being said, a transformer works in this way. This is center tap, so this is 12, 0, 12. So in the 2 wires that connect to the 12 volts, we connect the diode in a forward bias, and in the 0 here's the forward bias connected to this brown wire, and then the other one is connected to the other brown wire. Now the center or the 0 voltage is connected to the capacitor. The long end of the capacitor is connected to both of the diodes, which is here connected, and then it is connected to a resistor. The resistor is then connected to the longer end of the LED lights for us to indicate whether it's on or off. Now, another connection that's made to this, the center, or where the diodes are connected, is the one to our heatsink. It's connected down here, where it's connected to the 3rd prong of the heatsink, while the one that's at the middle is connected to our positive wire and the positive in our voltmeter. Now the negative is connected to our potentiometer, which is in this area, and another one, the first prong here, the heatsink, is connected directly to the 2nd prong, or the middle of the potentiometer, where we have a 1K resistor attached to the 1st and the 2nd prong of the heatsink. Now, if you arrange all of these, this will create the power supply. But the power supply will only work if you have this knob, since it limits the potentiometer, it turns the potentiometer, which allows the energy flowing from this transistor to the potentiometer to reach our alligator plugs, which then forms a power supply. Now our alligator plugs, the red one is connected to the red voltmeter, the positive voltmeter, and the black one is connected to the negative, the voltmeter, which is connected here to the first prong of the potentiometer. This is a 10K potentiometer, by the way. This is done so because it needs to know how much voltage will go through this. It will display here, and how much voltage will come out of this, will come from this, which is displayed here. With that is all of the steps in order to create this power supply. Now, an important thing that we also added is the power installation box, which is this metallic thing right here. This is the thing that houses our power supply, and you also need a lot of wires, as you can see, because the parts are separated individually, and the end results make this a working power supply.